So in this exercise we're going to look at gaining some control over the horse's hindquarters. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to practice seeing if I can stop him on a given front foot. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can stop him on his front right foot here. Okay, so his right front foot there was the last foot that landed. Okay, so he stopped on his left and then the right foot landed. Okay, so now we'll start to have a look and see if we can land on the left front foot. Okay, so that left front foot there is the last foot to hit the ground, and we'll try one more time for that. Okay, so with regards to my timing, I can't stop that foot as it lands, because if I'm trying to stop it when it lands, then all that's going to happen is he's going to end up landing on that foot, and then he's already committed then with the opposite foot. So if I try and stop the right front foot and I catch it as it lands, so I catch it there, then the foot that he steps on last is actually his left front foot, because when I asked him to stop on his right front foot, he was already committed with his left front foot. Okay, so my timing is almost with the opposite foot. So if I want to stop him on the front right foot, then I'm going to time that as his left front foot hits the ground. So his left front foot hits the ground there, and he hit with the right, and he took a little half step then to square himself up. But we'll try that again. So I'll ask him again here. So there's the left, and then that last foot to hit the ground is the right front foot. Okay, so now we've got that established, we're going to just use that and build this hindquarter exercise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and stop him on his right front foot. So there's his right front foot. Okay, now what I'm going to ask him to do, I'm going to see if I can get him to hold that right front foot in place and pivot himself 180 degrees around it. So I'm going to tip his nose to the right here, lift my right hand up and just put my right leg back and just ask him there just to move his hindquarters around his right front foot. Okay, so we'll practice that again to the left. Now this is an exercise that this horse has done quite a lot, and he's already quite established with it. And within these videos we're going to show some horses maybe aren't as established what we might do at the start. But you'll see when I'm using my reins, I'm trying to keep him as straight as possible, and that would be the same no matter where I was in that horse's development. Right from the start, I want to try and keep his head and neck as straight as possible. I don't want to flex him too much offline to move his hindquarters, because what's going to happen then, as we advance the horse, every time we move his head too far, we're going to automatically be disengaging those hindquarters. We've also then got to work back so far from that position where his head's all the way out here to a position where we can keep him straight and control those hindquarters when we start looking at some of the intermediate exercises. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tip that nose, but I'm going to raise my hand up. Okay, that should fix his weight then onto that front left foot. Okay, if I raise my hand up there, that fixes that weight onto that left front foot. So rather than taking his head way out here and trying to disengage his hindquarters, something like that you might see sometimes, what I'm doing there is just raising that hand up. Okay, so I'm going to stop him then again on that front left foot. Okay, lift my hand up, drop my leg back, and ask him there just to move around it. Okay, now in terms of what I'm doing with my outside rein and my outside leg and my outside rein are just there really to stop the horse from going backwards and moving sideways. Okay, so if I was to kind of pick up on that rein, he was to start to drift sideways like that, I can just hold a little bit with my outside rein there just to stop him moving that shoulder sideways. Okay, and also with my leg here, if I pick up here and he starts to back up, I can just use my leg a little there, just ask him to step back forwards again so that he's moving forwards and around that inside front foot. Okay, so once we've established that, we've got to move on to step 2, and step 2 is as far as we'll get with these foundation exercises. But what I'm going to try and do now is, rather than stop him on a foot and then start to move his hindquarters, I'm going to try and just stop that inside front foot and keep the other feet moving forwards. Okay, so rather than stop and pause and then do it, I'm going to try and take him straight into it. Okay, so as his left front foot hits the ground there, I'm just going to catch him with that rein, ask him to move his hindquarters around that inside front foot, and then walk him out again. Okay, and I've held him there for 360 degrees. You might just do that for 90 degrees or 180 degrees. It doesn't need to be for as long as that. Okay, and we might go the other way there, so I'm going to see if I can land him on that front right foot and then move him around that front right foot and walk him out again. Okay, we'll try that again there. So as his left hits the ground, his right's on the way forward. Catch that right front foot and just move those hindquarters around it. Okay, so give it a go.